Yep. It's just two-man game today, so let's get right into the theme music.
Hit him hard, let's go. Red T-E-C-K, running back like where's my replay? Got it all in the mix, no DJs. Said it's hard in the game like he damn was the lady. It's spitting real talk for the entertainment. All the pots, I stand the game up and I get stuck back down like a WrestleMania. Tell them that better get their nose ready at a home city. And I'll get it block even on the low setting. And you know we keep it safe, so we never gotta get tight than everybody else. Cause you get ready. Ain't nobody else doing this like I. Better keep them cameras and microphones hot, cause this one's a vibe. Gotta run this race with my tribe. Going live with the pie. Do it like it's no tomorrow. Came to my ear later. Shout out to my point guard. We about to hit them hard. Got them throwing in the tap. Tell the red, blow the whistle. This is technical file.
Hello and welcome to episode 418 of Technical File.
This your boy.
Yeah. Sports podcast you never knew you needed.
And it's your boy, Timkinz, the number 3, a.k.a. Ass Ketchum, a.k.a. Mr. Give It To Me. I can't yell today, but I might yell a little bit later.
I just say keep that same energy when you get to the studio. I am the Eric J, only known as the Eric J. Camille is out, DMP sick. So send her your best wishes. K Harris, the gentleman, is out DMP work. So
Saving the Milwaukee one snowflake at a time.
Right. So send him your best too while he's out here trying to make sure our roads and everything is are good. So it's just me and Tim this week, but we'll try to hold it down. I'll try to get my energy up. Just yeah.
We won't hold hostage for long.
Yeah. Yeah, kids, man. It's just
Hey, sometimes life be laughing, dog, and you just kind of either go laugh or you go fight about it.
Can't fight a 3-year-old. So yeah, but anyway, follow us on our social media at Technical File on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Technical File Podcast on Facebook and YouTube. While you're there, make sure that you like, subscribe, rate, review, all those good things. Shaolin's in the comments, so that's our Tech File Family of the Week. But yeah, make sure that you are subscribed to the YouTube and have your notifications on. We go live every Tuesday, round about 7 p.m. We're a little bit early this week. But yeah, man, I'm pretty sure Shaolin has his notifications on because he's always one of the first people in. So be like Shaolin. But yeah, watch the show, be a part of it. We love interacting with the people in our comments. Talk shit, rep your team. What's up to Marcus? He said, "Hey fam." His palms were sweaty watching that Packers and Bears game. We will be covering that shortly. So
you were more nervous than I was.
Yeah. But yeah, obviously no game that needs a name this week since it's only 2 of us. But hopefully at some point before the end of the year, we'll have all 4 of us in the same place at the same time. So until we do, we just make do. So with that, I guess we'll get into the topics of the week.
For sure.
Sassy whistle as always. So it was a Civil War week on Technical File. We had Packers and Bears for the first time, which we run it back in 2 weeks. So it's just it's a good time. It's a good time to be us. So Tim, the first question was, how did you feel about, or do you feel any different about your team after this performance?
No, I still feel like our team was going into it. I always felt like, we were the favorites to coming into this game. To me, I didn't check out what Vegas had. I ain't give a shit.
Vegas had them at 6.5 point favorite, so they covered.
We covered the spread for sure.
Which I'm always impressed. Say what you will, but I'm always impressed by how good they are at setting that line.
It's crazy. 2.5 points and win by 3. That's the fuck. But consistently too. No, it was a good game. Like I said, Marcus, I wasn't as stressed as palm sweaty, but It was a good game. Like I was telling Ken, I expected either it was going to be a really good close game or it was going to be a blowout. There was going to be no in between. It was going to be somebody's going to get the mud hole stumped in their ass, or it was going to really come down to probably the last possession. And it was good. It ended up being exactly that. The Bears played. Well, shit, our defense was doing their thing in the first quarter. Like I think Caleb only had like 14 passing yards after the first quarter and 30 plus after like at half. Like second half, he went crazy. So I will give them that. He really turned it up in the second half. J Love was pretty much, he was doing this thing. Outside of that one pick, I don't know who the hell he was looking at, what happened, but outside of that one, he was on point. But the offense was, with the addition of Jane Reed coming back, Christian Watson stepping into it. We're not necessarily forcing too many throws now, trying to make too many things happen. Now it just look like we're just naturally moving into the offense like we did before all of the injuries start kicking in. So us becoming more healthy, that's why I haven't changed the way I feel about my team, because now my team is starting to pick up the pieces, minus Tucker Craft. We're starting to look more consistent. We're starting to put up more points. We're getting. It's not a struggle now to put up at least 3 touchdowns a game at this point. Because I think over the last 3, we've scored at least 28. I think it was 28. Yeah, 28, 31, and 27 or something like that. But yeah, we've been putting up more than at least 21 a game than when we struggled to get over 16 early on. So I'm liking the progression that we're having. Caleb was doing his thing, bro. Like he really was. He in the second half. First half, he looked who he was, who I thought he was. he was who I thought he was in the first half, and all of that shit that the Bears been talking this week. They did not understand the type of defense they were going to be playing. They didn't understand the type of team that they were going to be playing, and for some reason, they feel like Caleb is better than Jordan Love. Like legitimately, like they've been arguing that all week. I don't know. It's weird. Don't know, but Stoner can too. So we had to get our brother. But no, it was, like I said, at the end of the day, it was a fantastic game. Fuck the Bears still. We got the dub. Eat that shit. That was gonna be regardless. Okay. The pleasantries are gonna end there. But yeah, what do you feel about it?
So before I get into that, like how was, I understand you guys had a little watch party. How were the vibes? How did that go?
We was at Pete's Pub. Shout out to Seth. Shout out to Dooch. We was doing the lunch pod at Pete's Pub down here, and it was good. It was nice. It was, so apparently Seth he's down there every week, and so he had like a Packer belt giveaway. Like it was legit, like a WWE Packers belt. Had a raffle at halftime. Gave that mug away, gave away some t-shirts and stuff like that. Just kind of talking to people. It was cool, nice vibe. A lot of Packer fans, a couple Bears fans. So Ken wasn't necessarily alone, but it was only like 2 others, 2 or 3 other ones. It really wasn't too much shit, but like when they was up, and they wasn't. Like it was cool. It was a cool vibe. It was cool people. The food was good. Food was good as a motherfucker. Yeah, I would check out Pete's Pub. It's on the east side.
We need to highlight Steph for the rematch. Although I guess that's a night game, so maybe not.
Yeah, but I mean, shit. He said he's there every week, so maybe.
Well, I mean, that's right before Christmas, so maybe that's a little bit more leeway. But yeah, I don't feel any differently. I haven't really felt differently about this team the entire year. Like I feel like they're kind of, if not the team to beat, one of the teams to beat in the NFC. And the offense is starting to look like what I expected it to. I mean, it is Toyota time, so
we're going crazy. We got the January. We got to January.
Yeah. So, it doesn't change how I feel about it. I do have a little bit more respect for the Bears now. Like I thought it was kind of smoke and mirrors for most of the season, but I think they're starting to believe in themselves, which is kind of putting the extra battery in their back. So, shouts to them. Now, obviously, the rubber matches the rematch is in 2 weeks, and in between there, like the quality of the opponents are completely different as far as like what we got and who they got. So it could be the same scenario where we're fighting for first place again. in 2 weeks' time. So like it's good to have this rivalry have meaning. I still think Ben Johnson is a nerd, and talking shit in your intro press conference to then not beat the dude that you say you love beating twice a year. We'll see. I don't know about the wisdom of antagonizing somebody, giving them bulletin board material that far in advance, but what do I know? But some of his play design stuff was really good. Like that I think it was to the rookie, the tight end, Loveland. Like that thing where he had like pretty much everything going left, and then he had him kind of slip under the radar to the right, wide open. Like that's good play design. Like even the interception, like that was just a great play by Nixon because they got the Packers a little turned around.
It was wide open. Number 9 was open underneath. Like that, if he didn't wait and read that one, like that was damn near would have walked right into the touchdown. Honestly,
I mean, honestly, if it was a better throw, he probably would have thrown a touchdown to Komet too, or whoever that was. Mm-hmm. He was trying, whoever that was. So yeah, no, I like I said, I don't feel any differently than I did about the Packers than I did going into the game, but I do feel a little bit more strongly about the Bears being decent. What's up?
I'll give you that. I'll give you I'll give you that. Like they are,
like I said, like in the first half of the game, like I think everybody was ready to be like the Bears are frauds, and then the second half of the game,
they were who we thought they were.
Right. So I think keeping that same energy is like you thought they were frauds, and then they came back and put a scare into it. Like they're a little bit better than you expected, right?
They're getting there. They the game with Philly.
You just don't like you just don't.
Hey, I told Ken, I was like, we'll see how it goes throughout these last 5 games. How they look, the quality of play, what happens throughout this process. They did. They look better. What happened is their run game is really their bread and butter. Honestly, it's not Caleb at the moment. At the moment, yeah, get him to get the plays down the field and everything like that. But they bread and butter right now is their run game. And that's kind of what happened second half. They took control of the game. They started running. And they had like time of possession of like 17 minutes and shit. Like they took over a quarter, over a quarter worth of possession running the ball. And what that in turn did was, one, to start wearing down our defense. 2, it set our offense. So the Lightning, even though we had quick scores or like 7-play drives and stuff like that, like it still kept us off the field where we didn't have as many opportunities as we typically would because of the fact that they stayed with the ball for so long. So now all of a sudden our defense is worn into the fourth quarter. Now the run game that they've been trying to get to starting to open up more. Now all of a sudden the bootlegs that he having is starting to open up a little bit more. Now all of a sudden, and his ass been running all game. But
like that was the thing, like with like to your point about time of possession and stuff like that. Like I think it was the final Packers drive. I think the one that Jacob scored on. I'm like, take the points when you can get them, but it's like it felt a little too quick just because of, like, to your point, like the defense had been on the field so much. It's like I think they got the ball with like 7.5 minutes left in the game. I'm like, you need to bleed this clock out and like make sure you're the last. And they just like boom, boom, boom down the field. Like I think Emmanuel Wilson, like he probably should have scored on that play that he just slipped down, but I was like, not the worst thing in the world. Like you can run a play or two and eat up some more clock. So yeah, I was never worried because I think the offense was clicking at that point. So it's kind of like if they score and they, just make sure you're the last one with the ball. Which obviously wouldn't have been the case had it not been for that interception, but here's what it is. I think both teams got a lot of valuable intel, and it'll be interesting to see who makes some more adjustments, 2 weeks from now.
Yeah. I like it's funny because like the Ben Johnsons and the Matt LaFleur's with emotions in our offense. Like one of the concepts of, hey, keep the same motions, keep the same look, and we'll run 5-6 different things out of this one look because they ain't gonna know exactly what it is. So the Bears consistently did that. Like that's what was missing from ours. That's why I was happy when we got Jaden Reed back because I'm like, Reed was a lot of those motions. Reed was a lot of those underneath or over the middle or quick outs and stuff like that. Whereas, yeah, from time to time we'll hand it off to Watson, but that wasn't a regular thing. Savion Williams, you can grow into that role, but Reed's mastered that in this offense at least. So that's what I feel like legitimately opened up and eased everything else, is having him back and resuming the role that he had in the slot and as like the gadget, opened up everything else. So, and shit, I think the first 2 or 3 throws.
I think it's a combination of things. Like, it's just getting your guys back healthy. Like the to Shaolin's point, like Christian Watson looks ready to ascend. Like, I've always pushed back on that. The Packers have a bunch of wide receiver 2s and 3s. Like, they have talent, and it's just like it's an embarrassment of riches. Like, when everybody is healthy, and now everybody, save for Tucker Kraft, is getting healthy. Like it takes the top off of the offense. Like, where like now you have like your speed option on the outside. Now you have your gadget guy underneath that you can do trick. Like that you can do multiple things with. You know what I mean? Like, Josh Jacobs is getting healthy. Like, obviously he's only missed like 1 game, maybe, I think. But like, he looks a lot healthier. He's running a lot stronger. Like, that played it, I think it was like 3rd and 2 or something like that, and they tossed it out. It looked like he was going to be stopped for like a 4-yard loss. Right there. Like, that's special. Like, I think a lot of people underrate running back because it's just like, oh, you just need a good offensive line. Anybody can run behind it. It's like, no, that vision, that ability to cut back, like, really more so the vision than even like the physical stuff that he did. Like, being able to see that hole before it even developed, but just like hit it like as soon as it, little bit of a crease. Like, that was impressive. And then to top it off, like, to basically put your shoulder into one of the hardest hitting safeties in the league and just like, run his ass over. Like, that's impressive. Like, that's a special back. So like I said, it's nice to see that they're kind of rounding in the form now. Like, you hope that they're peaking at the right time of the season. Like, I know you guys said that earlier in the year, where it's like, yeah, I'm not too worried about down performances against the Ohio teams, because you don't want to be peaking in September. You want to be peaking in November, December. So
we cooking. We cooking. But it's gonna be fun. Game number 2 will definitely be fun for sure.
Yeah, it is fun. It is funny to watch, like, how just week to week, like, how people change based on the latest information that they receive. It's just like Packers go up, 2-0, and they're like, oh my God, it's the Super Bowl. And then they have a couple of down weeks, and it's like, they're frauds, and then they go up a little, like, they get, I forgot who they won against, like, mid-season. It's like, oh, maybe they're, and then they lose 2 straight, and it's like, oh no, fire LaFleur. And then now it's back to Super Bowl goes through, the NFC goes to Green Bay. It's just like,
I'm worried about there's one team that ain't nobody talking about like that. And I'm so worried about them. And no, it's not the Rams. It's the other NFC West team. The motherfucking Seahawks. Them boy, they defense.
True. But I think people are never going to give them that respect because they remember what happened with Sam Darnold last
year. Fair. But that defense has been keeping them in games, and Darnold just, again, be the game manager, my boy. But and then you have another, kind of like with with the Lions, you have an Amon-Ra type with the Jackson Smith and Jigba, and you have your ace in the hole there. So you have a top flight guy when they had Stafford, or they had not Stafford in Cup over there before, or DK over there. You still have the tools that you need. You have AJ Byrne over there, tight end. You got the 2 good backs and
brother. I know you're about to just name off the entire roster, but I must remind you, he had Justin Jefferson last year and it didn't matter. So
fair.
I come back to my initial point, which was people aren't going to give them the proper respect because they have Sam Darnold and they saw what happened last year. Like, they were
14-2, I think.
Well, 15-2, right?
15-2, 15-2, 15-3. One of the
whatever it was. Like, yeah, and then play on the playoffs. So again, people are going to react to what they last saw, and what they last saw in the playoffs was Sam Darnold being Sam Darnold. So we'll see. But I get your point about their defense and the weapons that they have on offense. But I think a lot of people with their casual analysis are going to just look at their quarterback ain't special. So
fair enough. Fair enough.
It is the NFL. Like, it does often come down to quarterback play. So I don't.
Hell, shit. The whole NFC North got bounced in the first round last year. Like, that wasn't expected. I don't think. Yeah, Lions. All of us lost in the first round. We ain't making it past the first. Well, I mean, Lions had the first bye. I think so. But shit, they got put out the first game.
I thought they didn't make the NFC Championship game last year. That was the year before.
Pretty sure all of us got put out because it was the 49ers versus. It was the Lions. It was the Lions.
I was gonna say, like, I'm pretty sure it was the Lions because everybody thought they were going to Super Bowl last year.
Give me the Lion.
Okay. I mean, that's not that. But, sorry, what was the second question? Let me see. Predict the NFC North games this week. So, like I said, the Packers and the Bears couldn't have a more different opponents next week. Packers had the Broncos, who I believe are on like 9-game winning streak, something like that.
Yeah, they're 11-2.
Charlotte said the Lions got bounced by Washington. So maybe I'm thinking of the year before.
Yeah, I was about to say, I thought the whole North got bounced early last year, and that was everybody's like, oh shit, like, yeah.
Oh yeah, because Jaden went crazy in the playoffs. Yeah. Yeah, because I was rooting for all DMV Super Bowl, and they both lost. So
that's true.
Yeah. So like I said, Packers and Bears have very different opponents next week. The Packers have the Broncos, who, like I said, are streaking, and then the Bears have the Browns, who take their quarterback off the field in game-winning situations.
Boy, them motherfucker, that damn Kevin, it's him. It is him. He admitted to it. He admitted to this shit. They said the reporter asked him flat out, "Hey, whose call was it to take him out the game on that? Like, was that the offensive coordinator?" He's like, "No, that was me." Bro,
I mean, I think any head coach is gonna say that in that situation. Like,
I think 4 weeks ago you said you gave away the play calling duties, but now today,
I mean, like that's taking accountability. Like, regardless of who decided it, like, it ultimately just the buck stops with him. So he's always gonna say it. Like, I don't take too much out of that, but like, it is consistent with the way that he's kind of treated that kid the entire year.
Why the fuck would you sit him down? He hot. Why the hell would you completely take him off the field to run a trick wildcat play, the 2-point conversion on the line at the end of the damn game? Why would you do that, Kevin?
It feels like a self-fulfilling prophecy type of thing where, like, people are so worried. Hey, Camille, hopefully you're doing better. But yeah, like, it feels like one of those self-fulfilling prophecy things where the thing that you fear the most, you work so hard to avoid it that you wind up making it come to fruition. Like, I'm pretty sure he's like, this kid gonna get me fired, and so therefore didn't want to give him opportunity. And now, like, the kid actually being good and showing promise, and you doing everything that you can to kind of stifle that, it's gonna be your undoing. Like, it's kind of crazy. And I'll admit, like, I'm definitely a Shedeur skeptic, but like, he's been good. Like, there's no real way about it.
He was another motherfucker. He was in consideration for number 1 overall most of the season. Him and Cam did a whole offseason joint together because them two motherfuckers expected to go 1-2. He always had the talent. He was always considered the second, maybe the best quarterback in this draft. He just showed it now.
Yeah, I mean, like, it was never a question of talent. It's more so like all the other stuff that people were worried about.
He's just been real humble.
But again, it's like the self-fulfilling prophecy of the thing. Like, you made it into much more of a circus and a spectacle by the way that you've kind of gone about things. Again, just kind of treat him like, I'm not gonna say treat him like any other rookie quarterback, but like, just be normal. Like, if he's your guy or not, like, he's what you have at this point.
Mm-hmm. And you see something, now work with it.
He's put you in position to win games, either winning games or almost close to winning another one. Like,
it took him out the field both times. They had to go both times.
So that's the Bears matchup this week. Lions are at the Rams, and the Vikings are at the Cowboys. So predict the winners of the NFC North matchups this week.
Ooh, this Denver game gonna be good. Bo is not as spry as Caleb agility wise, but he can still run. That's still a big boy. I think
if they let the Broncos line hold Micah every play,
then one of the best. The Broncos line is one of the best, boy. They finna be. Let's talk about a run game. This finna be a good game. This finna be a good game. But I got Green Bay. Okay. Oh shit, this finna be a good game. They got anti-air missiles. They got the trenches. They got motherfucking skedaddlers all over the field.
You have a word. You have a way with words, my boy. But so Browns and Bears. So you got
shit. I damn near wanted to say the Browns, but I'm gonna give it to the Bears. Because watching Caleb escape in the pocket continuously, like I've seen it in his other games too. But you see it when you play them, and knowing how our line is and the motherfucker that was chasing his ass in that game, all game, Garrett gonna be on that shit too. But their front four is better than our front four. I'm gonna give the Browns that. Like their front four is vicious. So that's why I wanted to go Browns, because they're gonna be on his ass and forcing him to move around and have to make these decisions. Like I said, especially in close games, that's when he gets skeptical. You start getting out that script shit. And you start making his ass move and make decisions late in the game. They start getting a little questionable, a little shaky.
To be fair, I know this is a big exception to make, but like take away that last throw, like I feel like his best plays were the ones where shit broke down and he just had to like scramble and make something happen. Like it was the ones where he had a pocket where it's like, you know what I mean? Like
from the tight end, the touchdown.
There were a couple, like there were a couple where he was like, the pocket collapsed. He was forced to scramble out, into the flat and like basically get rid of it before he gets hit. And he darts, just dart after dart.
And I also seen the wide open joints where you was like, you just throwing that bitch.
That's what I'm saying. Like it seems like he when he doesn't have to think and just kind of relies on his natural talent. Like those were the best plays that he had, is when he has to go through like his progressions and has to, stand in the pocket and make plays that seem to be a little bit more difficult for him.
So you're thinking the best bet is keep him in the pocket, actually? And that's
no, I mean I'm saying like if you have an opportunity to hit him, but like I think it could just been a coincidence. But watching the second half of that game yesterday, it seemed like he was much better on the move than he was from a standstill.
Oh, that's fair. But no, I'll give the Bears. We'll see. It's gonna be the 1 week I actually give them motherfuckers some credit, and they gonna turn around and lose to the Browns too. And I'm gonna laugh too. They be talking shit about us too.
It's a win to me.
It's a win for us, baby.
I don't know. Like Packers, Broncos, Lions, Rams. Like those are two really high powered matchups. Like I don't know which one's the better game. It's gonna be the better game. Yep. Yep. So you got Lions at Rams.
LA. Ooh, yeah, I got LA. Their defense is still pretty decent. Like they front four. And then Puka back now, jumping over motherfuckers, running around motherfuckers again.
That was his first 2 touchdown game ever, which seemed impossible.
Weird. But I mean, he do be having like 15 catch, 200 yard, 1 touchdown games. He'll have 17, 18 catches for 190 damn yards. He will do that. He'll run up and down that bitch, and then Cooper Kupp was getting the touchdowns. I can see that.
Yeah, no, I think it was like either halftime or post game for the Packers, and they were like, "Yeah, a career high 2 touchdown game for Puka Nacua." I'm like,
"Well, ain't no way."
And then the final NFC North matchup: Vikings at Cowboys. 2 of your favorite teams.
Should give it to the Vikings, but Cowboys got it. Can't trust JJ.
Yeah, I mean, like that's the thing. Like you start to trust him, and that's when he lets you down. When you completely write him off, that's when he comes out and pitches a shutout. So who knows? He got a little momentum behind him, so he'll probably shit the bed. Yeah, I think I got the same four: Green Bay, Chicago, Detroit, Dallas. Anything else from NFL for you?
Let me just double check. I don't have anything. Yeah, no, it's just gonna be a big week. That's all. It's just a lot of games that's gonna matter this week for a lot of motherfucking teams, boy. That's why I like the end of the season, because like now the nitty gritty. Now who fuck wants this? Who want to be here? Who want to go? Who want to go home? Find out this shit.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like them shifting most of the division games to the end of the year was a good call.
They know how to make some money.
Makes it more interesting. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah, switching gears, NBA stuff. I guess we can start with Camille's topic because that was actually pretty interesting. I shouldn't say actually, like that was pretty interesting topic for me. So she said several big names are getting close to not playing 65 games and qualifying for the end of season award. She asked, "Do we feel this policy has helped or hurt since its inception?" So she has a little, I guess, answer that first, and she has a little bit of background that I need to look up.
I'll say it's interesting because you got a lot of big names coming up that's not going to be qualified. Like I think from what she said, it was like Embiid, Giannis, Luka, Victor Wembanyama, Steph Curry, Jalen Williams, Anthony Davis, Domantas Sabonis, LeBron James, Paolo Banchero, De'Aaron Fox, Joel Embiid, and Zion Williamson at the moment, at their current pace.
Yeah, so currently they're all on pace to play less than 65 games this season. And I think, like, in the case of, like, Jalen Williams, like, I think he might be pretty much up against it at this point. And, yeah, I sorry, go ahead.
Like, what qualify? Well, I don't know if you know or not, but I know they had like a waiver that they can apply for to get like some time back so that they can qualify later on too.
That's only like it's a very narrow criteria. It's like if you played at least 63 games, I think, but you like left too early. It's something about like, to qualify for a full game play, you had to play like a certain amount of that game. But if you have enough games where like you let, like say with Anthony Davis, where like, he'll play 20 games and then leave, 20 minutes and then leave the game in the third quarter, where it's like, it's not a full game play, so it doesn't count towards that criteria. But if he plays enough of those games to kind of make up, like then you would have to play in like 66 games or something. I don't know. It's a very weird calculation. To me, I don't personally, I don't like it. Like, I think that you didn't need to put a number on it. I think the NBA media already had a good idea of, because those are people that vote on those awards essentially. Like, they have a good idea of who's been impactful enough, whether they play enough games or not. Like, I think the thing that started this conversation was like Embiid's rookie of the year thing, where he played like 30 games, where he was clearly the best rookie. Like, there's no question. But then Malcolm Brogdon played like most of the season, where it was decent. Like, he was a pretty good rookie, but like he obviously wasn't the player that Embiid was. And they wound up giving the award to Brogdon just because Embiid didn't play enough games. Like, I think that they know where that line is, and I trust them more than just an arbitrary, you didn't reach 65, so therefore you don't qualify now. Like, I think that, because I think is like, historically, we're going to look back on these things, and it's like, if Giannis plays 58 games this season, but those 58 games are so head and shoulders above Jaylen Brown, you know what I mean? Like, why should Jaylen Brown then get first team All NBA? Giannis gets nothing. It's like, I would rather have 58 games of Giannis over
82 Jalen Brown.
You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong.
Yeah, like I think if it gets down to like, or maybe they just set the number too high. Like I feel like 65, like you get 1 month-long injury, like that pretty much sinks you. Which I get it. Like a month of a season is a decent enough chunk, but it's also like not something that you can't come back from. So it's like, Giannis misses this month. He comes back in January, can still lead them, like dig them out of the hole that they're in currently. So if he winds up playing 63 games, but the Bucks win, 65% of the games that he's in, and they're able to be a top 5 seed as opposed to out of the play-in, like I think that's much more impactful as far as like most valuable player than. I'm not going to throw out another name, but you get what I'm saying. Like, I just think that we didn't need this necessarily. Like, I think where the problem comes in is that they tied awards to contract stuff, which again, like, negotiate better contracts if that's what you're concerned about. But like, because it was tied in, like they had to make it more of like they needed it to be a hard and fast rule as opposed to just leaving it up to the full discretion of the voting public.
I'm kind of along the lines of like a blend between you and Shaolin. Shaolin said that he loved it because it gives the opportunity to younger guys to get some flowers. Yes and no. Like I said, I'm kind of a blend between. It sucks for the guys who, like you said, if they're head and shoulders above everybody else, why not put them in that conversation? Like it is like, okay, if they only play 30 games, 45 games, something like that, cool. But if you're playing majority of the season at that point, still over 50% of the games at least, then yeah, sure, you probably should. And then, like you said, they always take that into consideration. Then they will do so in the future. But I also agree with. Yeah, but some of the younger guys feel like we feel like over the years, some of the younger guys have gotten snubbed who may have deserved to be there too because of said reasons, like guys who didn't play most of those games still getting on those teams for those reasons. So I'm more with if you there and you hooping and you deserve to be in that conversation, sure. But if not, then yeah, if the Cats is hooping and they showing like Jalen Johnson this year, like if let's say him and Embiid comes down to the last thing and he stays on course what he's doing right now, right? And Embiid comes back and be Embiid, but he hits that 58 games. Like I wouldn't have an issue with the way he's showing out and showing up and getting that recognition this year as opposed to Embiid because he's only there most of that time. Like it's one of those kind of things.
So I'm reminded of a conversation that we had probably like year 1 or 2 of this podcast where just give you an idea of how long ago this was. Like it was Dame was like a borderline all-star. He kept feeling like he was getting snubbed for like older players, and it's like you're not really getting snubbed. Like you gotta come in and snatch it. Like it can't just be handed to you because you're a young guy and we give him an opportunity. It's like I think that there should be a little bit of like of reputation baked into a little bit. Like if we're splitting hairs, it's like, I'm going to trust the guy that has done it consistently and is still doing it as opposed to a guy like this is the first time that we're seeing it from him. Like, unless it's like a clear, like, I'm better than that guy, like, it's always going to go to the older guy. And I don't think that that's a disservice to the younger guys. It's like, keep getting better. These guys are probably going to get worse at some point. So keep getting better, come and take the spot as opposed to having to hand it to you on the technicality.
No, I don't disagree with coming snatching it. Because now you're
it's unfair to the Jalen Johnsons of the world that they have to come out, show, and prove on a consistent basis because that's what being a star is. Like, there's a big difference going through. Like Ryan Rollins is learning this now, right? Where it's like you can only surprise people for so long, but then the scouting report catches up with you, and you got to be able to adapt to that and withstand like the added attention and pressure. Like, I'm not gonna say anybody, but anybody can get loose when like nobody knows what your game is about and what you're gonna do. Like,
Brooklyn, Utah, shit like that.
Yeah, but yeah, like I just think that before the scouting report catches up to you, like that's why you'll have like the sophomore slump for guys that really popped their freshman year or their rookie season, because it's like people didn't know what their game was. People were just learning about them, but then one team unlocked something about like, oh, just ball pressure him or force him left, or he's gonna try to do like the step back, so just sit on his left hand. Like all those things have to like develop over time. So like if you can, like, your first thing is your initial success. The second thing is how do you handle success and how do you handle other team game planning for the things that you do well. Like you have to develop counters, you have to keep getting better. So like I think that there's a lot more into like, again, a Giannis where it's like people know exactly what they need to do to defend him, and throw up a wall, guard him with little guys, make sure you have a helper at the nail, like all these things. And it's like, and he's still like just breaking every, you know what I mean? Like it's like there's no stopping for him. Whereas like somebody may not get past. Okay, force him right, and it's like, oh shit, I'm stumped. I don't know, you know what I mean? And like I don't think that I don't know. We getting far afield, but like my point basically being like it's a lot harder to sustain success than it is to have it initially.
I can see that. We used to say, I'm thinking about all NBA player that if he goes to his left, he loses the ball. That's what you were saying. I was like, I know Jaylen Brown. You Mr. Brown and shit.
That was just an example. I'm not trying to pick on that dude.
I get it. It's just one of those things where it's like that's what I'm saying. Like I'm kind of a mix between both, because like it's even with like my daughter and shit like that. I was telling her that same thing throughout the year. Like she played a season where she had to give it to Will Caesar. I'm like, okay, first 2 games you're getting your shit off. I was like, then you came into a game where they wanted to kick your ass. So it was the Jordan versus the Pistons and shit. And I was like, but that's because they already knew what was going to happen. They already know what happens when they like, if you cut her off, you stop her, you get in her head, you throw her off her rocker, it's a wrap. Oh, so you got to deal with that. So that's part of the superstar too. Because same thing in the league. Cats is pulling their jerseys, talking to them, grabbing them, pulling them down by the neck, choke slamming them mid-game. All right, what you going to do, boss? Mr. Superstar, what you got? So yeah, I can see that. I just like when like the younger guys, and it ain't got to be first or second year. Like Ant, like I was saying, people like Ant just not getting into conversations, or Shay's getting into conversations and things like that. But they kind of snatched it. But it took them like the first 3 years in essence for them to really get into those conversations. 3-4 years.
Again, we've had this conversation before. Like I'm always of the opinion that we tend to crown people before they've actually done the thing. It's like we see potential all the time. It's like, oh man, they're gonna be so cold, like, or oh, they doing this. Like, just imagine what they'll be in 3 years. It's like, okay, let's go 3 years in the future and actually see what that is, as opposed to just baking in that this is what it's gonna be. Like, 3 years ago, you probably look at Paolo, like, oh man, Paolo probably gonna be insert here. And now it's people like, I don't know if he's the number one option on a good team, because like it's one thing to do it with a team that has no expectations. It's another thing to have to integrate new pieces and try to ascend in the Eastern Conference. Like it's levels to this.
Yeah, that is fair. That is fair.
Yeah. Oh, I'm like, where'd my phone go? Yeah, so like just to put a pin on or put a button on what Camille was saying, her questions were, now that we've seen it in action for a bit, do we like it? It seems like you're kind of like 50-50 on it. I'm more so like on the not really fucking with it side of things.
Undecided yet. Like it's up in the air still. Like it's cool, but maybe tweak it.
Yeah. And again, like maybe it's just as simple as the line is too high. And like I get that the pushback is always, I mean, they already let him miss 20-something games. Like if you're missing 20 games, you shouldn't be. And it's like things aren't like, it's life. Like life operates in the gray. Like things are rarely that black and white.
25% of the season.
And really it depends on which 20 you miss. Like if you like with Jalen Williams, it's like he missed the first 20 games of the season. Like those games are a lot less important than 20 games in April. Where I guess you probably aren't playing 20 games in April. 20 games post All-Star break, let's say that. where you're jockeying for playoff positioning. Like you've had the wear and tear of the season on you. Like it depends on what the 20 are. If you're just like resting, like yeah, that's probably you should get a demerit for that. But if it's a legitimate injury, like I don't see why you should be penalized because you stepped on somebody's foot and rolled your ankle. She said, do you think it's something that can accurately allow future generations to look back and understand who the best of the best were at that time? I think that's one of the bigger things for me. It's just like it's not representative of like all NBA, MVP, defense player of the year, like all those things matter historically, where it's like it measures who were the guys at this point in time. And given that list that you started off by reading, it's like Giannis, Luka, LeBron, whoever, like all those guys don't even have a shot at, like end of the season awards at a certain point. But like they could be the ones that are shaping like who the champions are this year. Probably not because Oklahoma City's kind of run away with things. But like my point being, like those are guys that are kind of shaping the season. So for them to not be represented because of some fluke injuries or whatever they have going on, in Luka's case he just missed a couple games because he had a kid, like that doesn't make his season any less impressive. Like the numbers he putting up this year are crazy.
Nuts, boy.
It don't count, it don't matter, like
hey, you played well, my guy. Next year get him kid.
Because I think, stripped of context, like somebody looks at his stat line 20 years from now, like, why wasn't he the MVP? Why wasn't he this? Why wasn't he that? Like,
the Kobe's and LeBron joints, like, hey, I don't know. Kobe should have got those. Steve Nash shouldn't have got him over Kobe. Those same. Fair enough.
Yeah. I'll let you get into it.
You said what?
Oh, I was saying I'll let you get into your hijinks.
Yeah, mine was more so there's been the NBA has always been like a minute. They have the side story, so you have a little bit of soap opera in the NBA. You have a little bit of hijinks and BS going on. So I was just kind of taking note of some of the things that's been coming across the timeline and just news things lately. Clippers and the Chris Paul saga, that's just been nuts. But I'm glad they finally sent him home and let my boy figure it out. They said they're gonna help him figure it out. We'll see what happens. I think that he could still lend a hand to somebody. Me and Ken was talking. He was saying that he wouldn't mind him over in LA, the other side, because they could use a little bit of help.
So like, here's where I am with Chris Paul, right? Like we don't know, but we know what his reputation is at this point about like what type of leader he is, what type of character he is, let's say what type of character he is in the locker room, and how his approach isn't universally beloved. And I can only imagine that it's a lot harder to listen to stuff like that from somebody that ain't got it anymore. And it seems like Chris ain't got it anymore. So it's whereas before it's kind of like, yeah, I mean, like he loud and he's kind of an asshole, but he's helping us win games. To now it's like, why are we putting up with this? Why are we why do I gotta listen to this dude every day, cuss me out, call me stupid, just all the things that come along with the Chris Paul experience. And like honestly, if I could pick two superstars that I feel like are least equipped to put up with Chris Paul's bullshit, is probably Kawhi and James Harden. Like we already knew that didn't work. Like it didn't even register with me that they were teammates again. Like
they ain't even considered it a dynamic. Like, oh shit.
Yeah, I mean, they hated each other when they played together in Houston. Like
we sure did. They sure did. That whole Houston thing was a debacle because
But like on the flip side, it's like I'm pretty sure both sides are correct. Whereas the Clippers are saying Chris Paul was pretty much an asshole, and like, yep, probably. But Chris Paul was probably also very correct in his criticisms of
like y'all niggas
team and their effort and everything. Like, given like how their season's gone so far, it's like, yeah, you probably need somebody to get in their ass because like they're they just don't seem to care.
Yeah, nah. Well, I wish my guy the best. This is his last season. Hopefully, he can latch on with somebody, help somebody out. Another thing, Westbrook turned it back to hands of time a little bit. Put up 24, 13, and 12. You know what he does. 24, 14, and 13. I'm sorry, in the loss to the Mavs recently. And I was thinking about it. I was like, Russ has been trying to, with Sacramento, has been trying to dial it back a little bit. He hasn't been looking terrible, but like fans is coming to his defense and everything. I think he's from the Bay or around the Bay Area, something like that. Ain't he? Yeah. So, they love him though. Like I seen some recently where some fan was talking to him, and the rest of the fans stood up like, "Hey, leave Russ alone." He was just kind of standing there looking, and they're like, "No, you don't talk to nobody. No, leave Russ out of there." And like,
let's be fair. Like pretty much every fan base aside from the Lakers have kind of like Russ. Like, like it's really just the Lakers that are kind of skewing that. Like,
yeah, like they people fucked with Russ.
He's an easy dude to root for. Like, I get that he's frustrating because of like
the way he plays,
all the extra shit, but like there are worse people to root for than a family dude that plays hard and just wants to win. Like,
that's it.
I don't like. He's a flawed player for sure, but like maybe this is just me like rooting for Giannis for years. Like, it's kind of the same thing where it's just like, yes, they can frustrate the hell out of you, they can't shoot, whatever, but that dude wants to win, and that dude is gonna give everything that he's got to win. And that's a really easy thing to root for.
But yeah,
especially on this team that don't have much talent. Like, yeah, give him the ball and let him rock out. Like, trying to have him be a complimentary player to, like James Harden or LeBron or whatever, where he just got to stand in the corners. Like, yeah, that's not going to work because he's not that type of player. But if you can put him in a position where he's kind of running shit, at least whether it's on a second unit or whatever, like
ball handler,
that's a better use of his talent.
Mm-hmm.
Even now, like he's still an explosive. I know I keep talking about him, but he's still an explosive athlete. He still looks pretty much like the Russell Westbrook of old. Like,
especially in that game, like he was hooping. He was grabbing every board he shit, like he was moving. I was like, and Russ has always been I always fucked with Russ too, but yeah, I wonder if he can still help. Like he can. I feel like. Because he helped Denver last year, like he was helping. They liked him. Jokic loved him.
He got his coach fired because he loved him so much.
But
Malone's problem was that he was playing Russ too much, and which I disagree with. But he's
gonna help you win, and he's doing it the right way. Let him rock out. But no. Good luck to Russ. I hope he can find something come this February, because I think the trade deadline got pushed up, didn't it, this year? So it's like the first week of February or something like that. Like it's early.
I think that he's very much consigned to these types of teams for the rest of his career. Like, again, like because he can't be a role player. That's the thing. Like,
just kind of let him get to a team and like wherever you gonna have fun at, my boy. Oh, you good here? Good. Do your thing. And then there is Desmond DC Comics Bane. Like, what's up with dude lately? Like, whoa, he out here rolling up that. He throwing the ball in my head.
He's always had that energy.
He brought Memphis with him to Orlando. Cause he really on that bullshit there, boy. Like I'm looking, I'm like, what? Why are you like this? What happened? What are we doing here? Like, I'm not understanding, like, it be cast like that, like, the talent's there, but, like, what the fuck is going on? did something, what happened? The last thing with him throwing the ball at Anobi's head, out of bounds, oh, yeah, it's our ball. Like, bro, what are you doing? He got fined $35,000 for that, by the way. Because everybody, like, the fuck are you doing? Why are we here?
Like I said, like if you watch Memphis the last couple of years, like this is who he is. Like maybe he hasn't been doing that specific action, but like he's always ready to fight. Like he's always getting into it with people. He does stand up for his teammates. Like I think it's one of those guys where it's just like he plays with the edge, and sometimes that teeters on the wrong side of that line, like Draymond, where it's like Yeah, kind of. You know, you gotta take the good and the good with the bad. And like I'm interested to see where Orlando goes going forward because they kind of found something when Paolo was out and Franz was kind of running the show, and now we flipped where Franz is out for a while and now Paolo's coming back. So we'll see. Like I don't know, but unlocking Bane is probably should be like their number one priority because they gave up a lot to get him, and he theoretically solves a lot of their problems. So.
I ain't gonna say 23, 24. They give him to him. Yeah. They let him. And then last but not least, Sir King James. Again, like me and Kim was together on Sunday and we was kind of just talking about different basketball.
Sorry, before you move on. Speaking of the devil, Desmond Bane had 37 tonight. So
hey, see, but like he can do shit like that. He can do shit like that. Like, just get off the bullshit. But you can do shit like that. But no, so I was on X the other day, and I seen a possession. Now, mind you, not just this possession, but lately I've been seeing a lot of Laker fans been complaining about LeBron and his effort. A lot of I've seen has been he only caring about a scoring title now. He ain't really giving 110. When he on the floor, he just kind of, if he ain't getting the ball, he just kind of looking. If he ain't getting the ball, he don't really give a fuck. He really not engaged. Or he just kind of walking around, things like that. He's not really getting back on defense or anything. Now, mind you, the man is 40. That's how I'm feeling. But there was a particular possession where somebody said LeBron really be out here trying shit. Just trying shit. And I bullshit you not. There was several passes made. LeBron took a behind the back fadeaway, threw the ball behind his back to Rui in the corner, turned around, did a pump fade, threw it behind his back again to Reeves, cut to the basket, caught the ball, and threw it back behind his head up to the rim. Not looking at he never looked at the rim. Not one time he doing this shit. He shot 2 times, made 4 passes, and this nigga just kind of throwing the ball around the court. And I was just like, a lot of LA fans recently have been frustrated with his effort and the things that he's been doing on the court. And this is year 40. So now it's been more so like, hey, this might be his last year. I'm not year 40, but year 40 age-wise. Like, hey, this might be his last year, but shit, doing shit like that, bro. Like, is he really like can I know his age. I know he's up there. So he's not going to be the two-way player that he used to be. He's not going to give 100% on both sides of the ball at all times, all the time. No. But there have been moments of disengage. And like I said, Kim was like, bro, he was like, it's frustrating kind of seeing this shit. Like, he got to go. So even if it's not his last year in the league, it's probably his last year in LA.
I mean, Rich Paul already said, where are you going to go?
What did he say?
It was more so talking about this season. So Rich Paul and Max Kellerman have a podcast together now, which random. But Max asked him, like, will LeBron finish the season as a Laker? He's like, yeah. Like, why? Where else would he go? Like, there isn't a situation where you can trade LeBron and it's going to be a better situation for him and really beneficial for the Lakers. Like, they're together. Like, and like I saw somebody break it down where they're like, yeah, he lives in the city he wants to be in. Like, he doesn't have to take I'm about to say something crazy. He doesn't have to take the burden of being the top, even 2 option on the team. He can just kind of like pick his spots and do what he needs to do. He's playing on a team with his kid. He's making $50+ million a year. Like,
we get on my Globetrotter shit.
I don't think he's unhappy necessarily. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen people compare it to like senioritis, where it's just like, I done did it. I did my work already. I'm just kind of here chilling. I'm having fun.
Right. Like, it's not like I don't give a fuck because I do want to pass, but I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, he'll be 41 at the end of the month. So
yeah, like I give age some of it. Like I will attribute age to some of it. Like you're not gonna get him going baseline to baseline. You might get 3-point line to 3-point line, key to key. You might get that.
Also, like to Sheldon's point, like I think he knows when it's time to be serious about things. Like I'm looking at this clip that you sent. Like they were up 12 with 2.5 minutes to go when he was doing all this. Like he just bullshitting at that. He's just bullshitting at that point. Like
I'm looking at. I'm like, this nigga. No, he didn't. No, he ain't.
Then look what he did in the Raptors game, where it's like they needed him to make a play to win the game, and he created a 3 for Rui. So
that's true.
I mean, I get that possession, but or like even that time where like JJ had to take a timeout because he was down there yucking it up with I think it was the Suns bench or something. Like
he was just popping it. Like, hey, what are you doing? Oh, the whole time he down there just chopping it up, laughing, like just bullshitting. So yeah, I guess I can see that the Shaolin's.
Also, I think he's just not engaged at this point. But like, I think that and it seems like this is going to be where he's going to be. Like, purpose, he's trying to stick it to the organization because there is some friction there. Like that press release they did when he picked up his option speaks to that. But
you think the buses have anything to do with it too?
What'd you say?
You think the buses leaving have anything to do with that?
No,
like their relationship, because it was integral. Them and his agent, well, not his agent, but they were integral in getting him to LA, weren't they? Especially Jeannie, wasn't she?
Not really. Like they claim, like
I thought they were giving Jeannie a lot.
Let's give them a little bit of credit, but for the most part, he wanted to live in LA, and the Lakers are the glamour franchise. Like,
yeah.
I don't think it really came down to anything special that the buses did to like roll out the red carpet. They just cleared enough cap space that he was able to sign there. Because remember, when he signed there, they were not good. So it's not like he went there for basketball reasons.
Year number 2. No, that's fair. That's fair. Other than that, yeah, no, that's it for the hijinks with the league that I got.
I mean, I got a little bit of hijinks. It's just like, Sean, give it a rest, bro. Like,
thank you.
I just, and I'm not saying like all of it is patently false. Like, I'm sure there is a level of frustration with Giannis and the way that the season is going, and I'm sure that they are having conversations about like, is this where we need to be? But I also don't think that it's a breaking news story. And every time you send out these tweets, it's to basically signify like, oh, Giannis is going to ask for a trade out. And it's like he hasn't done anything to indicate that that's going to be a thing. And literally all the noise is coming from ESPN, despite denials from the team, denials that these things happen. Did they have conversations over summer? Apparently. Did they go anywhere? No, because the Knicks don't have shit to trade. Like, I'm pretty sure it's like, okay, give us Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns, and they're like, no, and they're like, okay, well, we ain't got shit to talk about. Like, there's no pathway there. Like, and like even now, it's like it's really just I see the thought process, right, where it's just like, oh, the Bucks are on a skid right now. Oh, Giannis looks frustrated. Okay,
we finna blitz the fuck out.
Yeah. You're like
4 articles today. I was like, yo.
And if you actually read what they like, it's the breaking news. It's the graphic with and it mentions trade and it mentions his future and yada yada yada. But if you actually look at the words that he's saying, it's like it's very much like he's starting to have a conversation with the front office about his future and whether or not he wants to be traded, and he expects it to be resolved within months. Now he's saying it's a trade deadline. So just to give you an idea of how the goalposts move, but it's very like waffly ass language just to drive up interest in clicks and shit. And it's like until there's something to actually report, until he says, "Hey, I want to leave," or "Hey, really it's just, "Hey, I want to leave," because whether he says I want to stay or not, like they're gonna ignore that. But it's annoying because they're not reporting anything. They're not saying anything. It's just nothing. I don't know, man. It's very annoying because again, like you got somebody like Windhorse, where the day Shams broke his story, he's like, yeah, Giannis already asked to be traded. Of course this is happening. And then no less than 24 hours later, he's like, well, Giannis is never going to go to the front office and just say, I want to get traded. Yeah, I remember grinding my feet in Eddie Murphy's couch. Like, that's basically what it was. Like, y'all talk out both sides of your neck. And, like, you've been doing this for a good 7 years now, and y'all just keep signing contract extensions to stay in Milwaukee.
But ain't nobody fucking talking about Jokic.
Not once.
That's what I told his ass to his face.
Again, like, I don't want to remove Giannis's culpability here, because I wouldn't be surprised if he is like considering wanting to leave. Which
I'm cool with it now at this point.
I'm annoyed with the process. I'm annoyed with the fact that you basically hold. We'll get there, but like basically he can come out today and be like, I don't want to get traded. I want to stick here with my team. Like every time this thing comes up, all you gotta do is say, I'm not trying to get traded. I want to make things work here. Instead of like releasing statements to this person and having your agent link things to this person, you can shut all the shit down and just be like, I want to be in Milwaukee for the foreseeable future. Like, yeah, I'm frustrated now, but I think that we can get better, or we need to make changes, or whatever it is that you're actually feeling, as opposed to just going radio silent, not talking to media after the Wizards game. Like we said last week, the deleting of the pictures was much to do about nothing, because apparently he had done that weeks earlier. But it's like, you get to control the narrative and you are choosing to not do so. So clearly there's something there, but like every time we get, the Bucks lose a couple games, then he's asking out, he wants to go. I'm just like, it's tiring, man. And like we talked about it a little bit last week, but it's like, or the last time I was here, I don't know. I ain't been here in a while, but it's just like, and I know I'm talking a lot, so my apologies, but the whistle that the Bucks as a team are getting this year is just, it seems like, okay, if you want to stay in Milwaukee, we're going to make this as difficult as possible for you. So
I was just looking at that stat on StatMuse. I'm pretty sure we have the least amount of foul calls in the NBA.
Yeah, they have the biggest differential between fouls committed and fouls committed against or whatever. Which, I mean, like, to be fair, part of that is the lines that they're running out, their style of play. Like, they're going to foul a lot, and they don't have enough guys that can get rim pressure. But there are a lot of times where they're getting fucked up, and then no call. And then on the other side, like, literally the ensuing possession, it's touch foul, two shots, and the ball. It's just like, bro, make it a little bit less obvious what you're trying to do here.
It's a 6-shot difference. We're averaging 21 free throws a game, which is 29th in the league, and we're giving up 27 free throws a game, which is 27th in the league. But we're making 71% of our free throws, which is 30th in the league.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's because Giannis is taking the bulk of those free throws, and he's a bad free throw shooter.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no, that's. I feel like part of it is the machine trying to get him up out of there. Like you said, like, oh, you want to stay here? Bad. If you want to get a call, you want some free throws, my boy, don't take your ass up out of Milwaukee then. Yeah. You and your brothers, go on now, and then we'll give y'all free throws.
I know what you were starting to say, like, it kind of is what it is at this point. Like, I'm pretty much there too. It's like, I'm not gonna push him out the door,
right?
But he's ready to go. It's like, I get it. You've done what you can with what you did. But like, it's not gonna be on some just give him away type shit. Like, and I definitely, there were various points where I was like, if you got him to re-sign by saying, hey, when it comes time, we'll send you where you want to go, renege on that shit. I don't even care. Like, highest bidder, whoever,
The issue is
RFPs. Like
him and Jokic got about the same contract though. Jokic
they both have
player option. Yeah, after 26-27, they have the player option. So they both fall on that exact same timeline there. So the issue would be because of like the aprons and stuff. Mm-hmm. Teams will really want his past this. Are you going to stay? Now, mind you, it's already in the contract for him to just be like, yeah, cool, I'll stay, I'll stick around. But I'm sure they probably will want him to sign that and don't Carlos Boozer their ass.
Yeah. But again, like
say so where he going a little bit.
I'm sure. But at the same time, like I wouldn't let like if he's like, I'm only re-signing in New York and New York's offer is like Karl Towns and some bullshit, that either you keep him or you say, hey, can anybody beat this offer? Like I understand we aren't going to get everything because he's not committing long term, but like you don't need him to commit long term. Like maybe it's a Kawhi situation where, I think the Spurs got at least a first round pick. They got a young player. They got a all-star. Like that's a pretty good return. Like I'm not just going to settle for just anything.
Right.
But if he is ready to go, then like we need to send somebody to start selling him on Atlanta because that's the only trade package that's even remotely enticing to me.
That's the other bullshit. Windhorst came out. Windhorst and some other analysts came out and they was just like, oh yeah, don't expect Milwaukee to get the haul that like New York got because teams are worried about the apron and they don't want to give all the picks away like they used to. So they're probably going to keep it more close to the vest and Milwaukee won't get the haul that they're expecting. I'm like, bro, and now y'all putting out stories about how we ain't finna get shit for this nigga too. I'm like, oh, you niggas is the worst. Y'all are the fucking worst, bro.
I like that they say that, 6 months after Desmond Bane got traded for 4 first-round picks?
Not even less than that. Motherfucking Bridges about a year, a couple months before that. Bridges for 5. Like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? We can't get all of this shit for Giannis. Now all of a sudden, teams playing it close to the vest and they don't want to give up multiple first rounds. Get the fuck up out of here, dog.
That's been my favorite thing on Twitter this week is just seeing like all the different fan bases talk about all the mid-ass pieces that they would. Oh, you can't give up Dyson Daniels in a Giannis trade. There's no way. Like,
I want him. You want Giannis? Yeah. No, give me that to go, my boy. We're gonna reach say to go, my boy. I don't even want him. Give us Jalen. Got to go, my boy. Come on home. Come on back over. Do the same shit you're doing over there, up here.
We can't possibly give up Şengün. It's like, man, Şengün.
You want Şengün? You know what? Somebody probably like, I'll take Şengün. He younger right now. He can ball. He be putting up rebounds.
That's their argument. If Şengün is better in the next 5 years than Giannis is in the next 5 years, I'll be shocked. Understanding that he'll be 36 5 years from now, like shocked personally. Like I think people underrate like how good Giannis is.
Yeah.
But whatever. I mean, again, like if y'all want a low ball, that just means he stay here, which I'm not upset about. So, Shaolin pretty much is like what I was saying. He said, as much as we've given up to build a team around him, our future has to be first and foremost in any trade, not where he wants to go. Amen.
Mm-hmm.
10 out of 10, no notes. Like that's exactly how. And that's what I was starting to get at, where it's like, I get it from a player empowerment standpoint. Like you want the best team year in, year out because you want opportunities to win. But I think that holding your organization at gunpoint makes them desperate, and like desperation doesn't lead to the best decision making. It leads to like immediate stuff that short-term gains that have long-term consequences. It's like if you're like, hey, I trust the process and lay out your 3-year plan to me about like what we're doing here, like I think that allows them to take the long approach, where I don't think there's any situation where they could have like the Thunder's future outlook. But like if you can be a little bit more judicious about like, okay, we don't have to throw 5 second-round picks at Jay Crowder to marginally make our team possibly better, or we don't have to give up 3 swaps with
New Orleans.
3 swaps, 3 picks with Drew Holiday. Maybe it's 2 and 3 and 2 or 2 and 2 or whatever. Like you can be a little bit more like if you're not acting out of desperation, like it allows you to be a little bit more judicious with your finite resources. And like now we're at a position where like they've exhausted everything. Like they've done everything that they can to put a winning team around him. And they're out of cards to play damn near. Thankfully, they have some young guys that have kind of emerged in Ryan Rollins, AJ Green, number 7. And so like they actually have some pieces that they can hopefully build around. But like, when you throw every draft pick that you have out the door, like it's hard to restock with young talent. And that's what you need when, the championship core ages out.
And you ain't hitting on no young talent like that.
I mean, aside from the 3 I just named, yeah.
There's a lot of motherfuckers in between.
Their first round picks since Giannis have been Jabari, which that's not his fault, but still counts. Rashad Vaughn, Thon Maker, DJ Wilson, Dante was the best, clearly, of all of them. I mean, you can throw Brogdon in there. He was a second round pick the Thon year. I'm forgetting somebody. Oh, Marjan.
No.
Then AJ Johnson. So that's why I'm like, I don't want this front office being the ones that have to try to, use whatever picks they get back for Giannis, but like they better
trade those. We can just get players for him. I trust you trading. I don't trust him. I trust him trading. I don't trust him drafting. If you go get a blockbuster, give it to Goon. Oh, not Goon. Well, of course, but not nothing else. Don't draft nobody.
No, I want them to have as high picks as possible so that you can't fuck it up.
They'll find a way.
They will.
They'll draft a nigga that's supposed to be in the second round again. Like, bro, what the fuck is we doing here? We looking for Giannis. Shut up.
Yeah, no, but I mean that's it. Like we got to get to the wrestling talk because we've been here for an hour and 15 minutes. But yeah, basically like, Shams, get off that bullshit. Like every time you tweet something, people go crazy, and like, nothing has really changed. And like y'all keep moving your timeline, so clearly y'all talking at your ass too. So anyway, Saturday night's main event, John Cena's last match. What you got?
All right, so this Saturday, December 13th at 7 Central, 8 Pacific, you have Saturday night main event, which is going to be John Cena's last in-ring match. He keeps standing on 10, 15, 20 toes. That actually, speaking of which, I just think the TikTok. He apparently he's done an exit interview recently of sorts. Not necessarily an exit interview, but he was talking about a guy. He had his full gear on and was kind of talking about the dates and things that happened. And apparently, he pitched to them 200 dates for his closing tour. He told them, I want 200 dates. I want to run through everybody and meet the he really wanted to close all the stories, close all the loops, run back all of the people. He said WWE came back, was like, yeah, okay, we don't need all of that. You got 39. I feel you. But I was like 200. If anybody would have truly committed to 200 dates, it's Mr. John Cena for the WWE.
I don't think WWE even does 200 shows a year anymore.
Maybe not with the house shows excluded now. But he said that it worked out because his recording schedule, of course, his movie schedule. He was like, oh, wait, so I got this going on at this time and this and the third. I can do this. They was like, yeah, you can do that. We don't give a shit. We don't need you for this time period. Oh, okay, cool. So it ended up working. He's like, though it didn't go the way I wanted it to. Sometimes life just don't always go the way you want it, but you appreciate the way it went or some shit like that.
I just want to point out that John Cena is a professional wrestler. That means he's a professional liar and is really good at making himself look good while also trying to come off as humble and just the do-gooder all-American boy that just wants to work hard and do the best thing that he can for the company. That man, I'm not gonna say he outright lying, but I can tell you this: like there was never any universe in the multiverse that John Cena was gonna work 200 days this year for WWE. Like that man is too busy to do what he's doing now anyway, let alone adding what 8 times like what he's been doing so far this year. Like no, there was never, because he always would have had to shoot Peacemaker.
Yeah.
I'm sure he has movies in the can. Like I'm sure he has other obligations. He has to do press for Peacemaker. He has to do. There's a lot that goes into like being the head of or the front facing star of a franchise TV show. Like that was never gonna happen. Again, he has however many movie projects. Like he had to carve out time for his schedule this year to do the wrestling that he did do. So, and plus, again, like he can't get hurt because again he has all the other stuff on. So like, but like he's been doing a lot of press this week, and a lot of it is answers that I don't think are necessarily reflective of the absolute truth. There are kernels of truth in probably a lot of things that he says, but a lot of it is BS.
So as you were saying that, I found what I was looking for when I was looking at it. It was posted by the WWE. Interviews with Tom Rinaldi. So I'm like, if y'all posting it, the questions was like, why is WWE posting this shit? Because he literally like, hey, I want to go from Perth. I wanted to go to the Civic Center in the Hudson. I wanted to see everybody do everything. And the comments, which to your point, like, if all of this shit happened, it's not making WWE look good if everybody wanted to see him do a longer run. Why the fuck would y'all be posting this shit? It does not make sense. So a little bit of truth.
Babyface going out as a babyface.
I'll give you that.
He takes no culpability in his failed heel run. Like it doesn't really matter what the thing was supposed to be. It is what it is. Yada yada yada. Like he doesn't want to throw anybody under the bus. That's the last y'all would do, fellas.
Avenue at top of the lungs.
Yeah, no, like thank you for getting us back on track, Shaolin. But yeah. Basically, like I wouldn't trust anything that any wrestler says in any interview. To be quite honest,
obviously they investigating the Becky comment recently, but
yeah,
we'll see.
Like they investigated her former boss. Saturday night's main event. Cena, Gunther is headlining. We have some other exhibition matches between WWE talent, main roster talent, and NXT talent. So it should be some good matches at the very least. So, you want to run through those?
Yeah. So to answer your question, Shaolin, I'll come back to that. Next, after John Cena versus Gunther, we have Cody Rhodes versus Obafemi. That's gonna be a banger. Bailey versus Sol Ruka. She's like another prodigy. I'm sorry. And then AJ Styles and Dragon Lee was just added versus Javon Evans and Leon Slater. And they just had a match and shit like that. So that should be it's gonna be some hot ass matches, because of course the NXT cast is gonna be hungry too. So it's whenever they involve a lot of the NXT talent with the main talent on some like crossover shit, it's usually some fireworks with the matches. So I'm usually excited about those. As far as Gunther versus Cena, I'm not sure, honestly, because the adage and the tradition was always losing on your way out. I don't know if Mr. Cena go abide by those rules. So that's the only reason why I'm like, I don't know, because there are a few wrestlers that you would give the exception to, I would think. But then at the same time, a lot of those wrestlers always say the love for the business is the best thing for the business and da-da-da. So they would fall to the tradition of the business of losing on the way out, right? Taker, Cena, Batista's, Triple H's. Did these cats lose on the way? The Rocks, did they all lose on the way out? No, I don't know. I can't tell you for sure right now, but I feel like of those names, though, those are the few they will give the Flairs. Even Flair lost on his way out. Shawn Michaels, like even the greatest. So usually that's the case, and I want to say that will be the case now because the whole point of this Saturday Night Main Event, per him, was to give young talent and a passing of the crown event. That's why it's a whole bunch of NXT talent for this. So this is supposed to be a passing of the crown type of event, which would in turn then say Gunther wins. So I'm gonna go with Gunther.
Yeah, I mean, the way they're setting up the match is Gunther saying like, "I'm gonna make you give up." Because you Mr. Never Give Up, you ain't tapped out in 20 years or whatever it is. So I would imagine that that's how that's going in. Unless they have like some type of storyline that they're going to push coming out of this, where somebody comes into a bench scene or something like that. But even still, like that probably means like Gunther going to choke his ass out. So the only thing that gives me pause is that that's opening the show instead of closing it. So like I don't know if that makes a difference necessarily because yeah, I don't know, but we'll see. But yeah, I got Cena. I got Gunther. To your point about like Obafemi and Cody, like that should be really good. But it's also like I still don't know what they're doing with Cody. Like I don't get like I know this is just the exhibition. It's not about storyline stuff, but he ain't been interested. Like
his story is done now.
But like even, like his current story is only semi-interesting when it's intersecting with like the bloodline and stuff that they're doing. But like his standalone stuff has just not been compelling. Like I don't even know who he's been feuding with. What Drew McIntyre? You know what I mean? Like they're much better users than Drew. They just.
I mean, Roman might come after him now too. We'll see what happens.
But again, like that's him only being interesting when in proximity to Roman and the bloodline.
Yeah, I mean, because you could put him in a feud where a young talent is chasing his ass. You could put him with Brian.
He could, but like he's clearly working with Cena. I mean, with CM Punk and stuff now. So that's what I'm saying. Like it's just it. I get that they're trying to establish him as the champion, but like part of establishing you as a champion is like having compelling stories and having like everything kind of revolve around you. And it just seems like he's
missing from the ring because your story is compelling enough to keep you out of that motherfucker and keep you interested. Not be missing from the ring. But then not be missing from the ring and literally be gone. Like when he be gone, he be gone. We won't be seeing from Cody at all.
I don't know. It's just it. I don't know. SmackDown in general just bad, but part of that is their champion just not having because like even when he does feud with somebody, he feuds with the same dude for months on end, and you know he's not gonna lose, and like that's just not compelling storytelling. But maybe it's not aimed at me. Like maybe this is like very basic storytelling to, you know, make him the Cena for this new generation. That's the same place that people had then, but it's just like it. I think that you can do the same thing where you have like kind of a dominant champion, but like at least make it seem like there's a chance he actually might lose this. There's, you know,
always like the chance of the L, like the suspicion of this might actually lose.
He doesn't do anything for the people that he's going up against. Like who's come out looking better from a feud against Cody Rhodes? Nobody really. And like maybe that's not the point. Like maybe it's to make him look better, so everybody makes more money. I don't know. I don't know. It's just
that'd be the Cena shit.
It's just story. Like there has been no story really.
No, I can agree with that because again, since his chase for like after he's gotten it and the brief run in with The Rock and The Rock and Cena joint for a second, like after The Rock got a bounce from that kind of threw everything into actually shit for both of them. That kind of fucked everything up.
I mean, like honestly, the worst part of Cena's whole year was the stuff that he did with Cody. Like everything else has been pretty interesting, but the Cody stuff was just like it's not good. And I mean, part of that is just Cena wasn't a good heel, but
I really think The Rock was supposed to be a part of all of that. And he just was like,
oh, for sure.
I think that was the draw for that. Like Cena, Rock, and Cody, and I think that was part of, and they just had to pivot from that point after that. But yeah, it's on Saturday, so I'll be tuning in, checking it out, finding out, enjoying the last run from Mr. John Cena. It's been real though. It's been fun. I think this is gonna be the first retirement match of a wrestler that I actually gave a fuck about like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's been other retirement matches that at the time I'm like, okay, like, hey, cool, like, but one of my favorites, I would say. Like the Hardy Boys versus the Dudleys, I watched that. That was fun, cool. But like this one is one of the first ones where I'm like,
how many of them have there even been? To be quite honest, like you don't really know when it's somebody's last match.
That's true. Sometimes they just get hurt and don't come back.
Yeah, even the Undertaker just was pump faking for a couple of years. Like you never realize.
He left his clothes in the ring, but came back and didn't and had him on already. What the fuck you pick him up?
Yeah, so,
I get that. I get that, but no.
Cody went from a story to a pamphlet.
For sure, bro. Sure.
Shaolin's comment. Yeah, no, it's about as deep as a pamphlet. Like there's no character developed. There's no nothing. It's just here's your challenger for the next quarter.
Next 3 matches. Oh yeah, but no. Other than that, it should be good. I'm good on. I'll be tuned in.
Yeah, we'll see. If I don't have anything else to do on Saturday, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a Peacock, so I actually have that. I don't have the ESPN app, so I ain't been watching anything recently.
Damn.
Also, I think this is the last show that they have on Peacock, too.
I was say because we've been watching it on Peacock.
Oh, they have been simulcasting? Because then they moved to ESPN for, like, starting with WrestlePalooza.
We haven't watched it on there. We've been watching it on or Disney Plus. I think we've been watching on Disney Plus.
Oh, well, that's still ESPN, bro.
Yeah. I was like, but I have to double check. I'll ask Sam when she come back. I have my memories right now. But yeah. Other than that, you got anything else for wrestling?
No, like I said, I ain't been watching, so I don't know. I don't know. Like they ain't been like the stories just haven't been compelling, honestly.
I think Jade is about to get I think B-Fab is about to join Jade. Jade's been walking around bullying the women, but she keep running across B-Fab and don't like B-Fab don't say nothing, but she's like, "Did you say something?" And she just be looking, and then me and Yum come out of nowhere. Hey, watch out! Hey, somebody need to check her. And then she keep running across, but then next week she ran across, bumped into her again. She's like, "Did you say something?" And B-Fab won't say nothing. And then me and Yum come out of nowhere again. So I'm like, it's interesting. It's like
they just running back what she did in AW.
Maybe. We'll see though. We'll definitely see because I'm like she has not said a word to this woman and she keeps bumping and kind of stopping. Like, did you say something? Like trying to provoke her. She like,
yeah, because she had like a group of baddies or whatever, right? So I think that I'm sure they're just gonna build that stable up for her where she got her baddies and
she fits the aesthetic that they looking for. Because I was say I just asked Sam. I was like, outside of the Street Profits, like what the fuck am I doing? She don't really wrestle too often. Only so that I know they tried to put her in the ring more recently, and then all of a sudden this started happening with Jade. So I was like, maybe they're gonna move her this way. So I was like, we'll see. But yeah,
me and Yum probably end up in it too. They do that constantly. But anyway, we're just talking now. So thank you for joining us this week. Camille and Ken should be back next week. I will be in town next week, so hopefully all 4 of us will be back in studio, weather permitting. But for now, make sure you follow us all on our socials. The Tech File page is Camille is Camille Monet on everything, I believe. Don't follow me. No, thank you. Ken is K Harris 216 on Twitter. Everyday Gentleman on Insta. Watch Locked On Bucks. Watch Pack a Day. I feel like I'm forgetting something.
She said TV.
She said TV.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's still in the comments, but you know where to find Camille. She
Locked on NBA, Locked on Bucks, Pack a Day, Cheesehead TV. Yeah, I want to say Cheesehead TV.
Locked on NBA. I know she does that too.
Yeah, that was the first one. Locked on NBA, Locked on Bucks, Pack a Day for sure.
Again, if you follow this podcast, you know where to find Camille. So, excuse me. Tim, what you got?
It's your boy TIMKINZ, the number 3, aka Ass Ketchum, aka Mr. Give It To Me. We out there.
Peace.
Let's just play that music.
Hit him hard, let's go. Red T-E-C-K, running back like where's my replay? Got it all in the mix, no DJs. Said it's hard in the game like he damn was the lady. Spitting real talk with the entertainment. All the podcasts that the game up and they get smacked back down like a WrestleMania. Tell them that the better they know ready at a home city and don't get it blocked even on the low setting. And you know what you say, so we never gotta get telling everybody else they should get ready. Ain't nobody else doing this like I. Better keep them cameras and microphones hot, cause this one's a vibe. Gotta run this race with my tribe. Going live with the pie. Do it like it's no tomorrow. Came to my ear later. Shout out to my point guard. We about to hit him hard. Got him going in the tap. Tell the red blow the whistle. This attack